So, Harley just came out with the new CVOs for 2023. The whole world is abuzz. But let me tell you what I think this really means. So, welcome back to the channel, folks. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have you. Now, I'm not going to go through the specs on this bike, but I will put a link to Harley's video, and it's astounding. The developments on this 121 motor and the new communications, the brakes, is just astounding. But let me tell you what this means for the rest of us. You know, there's been certain models and certain things throughout Harley's history that marked a new beginning. And these motorcycles are as significant as the Knucklehead in 1936, when it changed the world with the recirculating oil pump. It's that big. So when I saw this, you know, I expected Harley to come out with a bigger Revolution Max, but they didn't. And, you know, they still may down the road. But they took the VVT technology from the Revolution Max 1250, this 1250 I think, and took that technology and put it into the M8, and they made it a 121, which is interesting to me because all the motors have been put out in crate motors, 131, 135, people building 140s. This is a different way of looking at power delivery, and efficiency. How they put the VVT into a pushrod motor is yet to be seen, but I know it's been done before. I think Corvette's done it. So the LS models are VVT and they have pushrods, so this will be interesting. But this means a whole lot more to us. Of course, some of us just can't afford this. So God bless you if you can. But they took the Road Glide and the Street Glide and built them brand new from the ground up. Everything from brakes to suspension, the VVT motor, the display, the ride modes. It's everything that's really you want to see in a CVO. And which brings me to another point. If you bought one of the 120th anniversary model CVOs, are you going to be pissed? Because really what you paid for was paint. This is something, these motorcycles are something different altogether. And it's going to be one of those motors that this is the end of maybe, oh, I need a second, you know, stage 2 cam, or I want to do this to the motor, I want to do that. I think those days are over. When you got a VVT motor, even changing the exhaust could be a problem. And you're not going to be tearing that motor apart. And it's probably going to take about 3 years before any independent shops are even going to attempt taking that motor apart. So this is a whole leap forward. And it's probably going to mark the end of the independent guys working on new bikes. I mean, we'll still have all the old bikes. But what they've done is they've made my 2.5-year-old Road Glide obsolete. Every bike made before 2023 is probably obsolete. And I know this is going to trickle down to the road and street glide specials, who knows when. But this is significant, and this is one of those things that's really going to change the motorcycle world worldwide. They went after Indian and Honda on this one. This is probably the most advanced motorcycles I have ever seen, and I've ridden them all. But the technology in the new ones and the 121 motor is just, it's astounding. And it will change the way Harley looks at motorcycles from now on. No more are we going to just keep building bigger and bigger motors. Now you're going to take smaller motors and just make them more efficient. And it's going to probably piss a lot of people off. And you know, I usually don't do an extra video, but I thought I had to, because everyone's talking about the bikes, and which is fine, but they're not talking about the implications. This is really major advancement for Harley-Davidson. As far as I can see, I don't see them coming back from this. They'll be doing more and more technology and smaller motors, which is a good thing. You know, you have a lot of weight savings. I think the 121's built off the 114, or the 117, if you will. And they could have gone bigger, but wow, I think it's a perfect size motor. I'd love to have one. I would be shot if I came home with one, because Mrs. Geezer would not understand why I have a perfectly good 2020 Road Glide here, because she's not going to understand the technology. But maybe someday, maybe before I'm dust, I'll get to buy one of these things. But this is definitely as significant as the Knucklehead in 1936. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.